There are many important parts to an anime, like the animation, the writing, or the characters. But one of the most important parts of any anime is the music. Hello guys, my name is Chris from Aniosophy, and today we're going to look at the top 10 most emotional songs in anime. Fair warning, there's going to be spoilers in this video, and I hope you have your tissue boxes ready, cause here we go. Number 10, Wishing by Inoue Minami from Re:Zero, Rem's Confession. Now there's a couple of emotional moments in Re:Zero, from Subaru watching Rem get twisted apart in the cave, to Emilia and Subaru finally being reunited after a dozen episodes. But the scene that hit me the hardest was Rem's confession to Subaru on episode 18. This scene was without a doubt the most beautiful and heartbreaking scene in the whole series, with the entire episode being dedicated to just a conversation between two people. And what tied this whole scene together was the beautiful music playing in the background. Now, every time I hear this song, I start tearing up because it reminds me of this moment. This song perfectly encapsulated all the emotions Rem was feeling during this scene, and did a fantastic job of conveying this to the audience. Now, the reason this song is so emotional is because of what it symbolizes, which is the unrequited love Rem feels for Subaru, which is a feeling most people have felt at least at some point in their lives. And that is why I feel this scene is just so beautiful and heartbreaking to watch every time. Number 9, Unraveled by TK from Tokyo Ghoul Rude, Ken's Walk. Say what you will about Tokyo Ghoul Rude, but this scene was heartbreaking to watch, with Ken finally being reunited with his best friend Hideyoshi, only to find him on the opposite side of the battlefield covered in his own blood, asking Ken with his final words if they can finally go home. With Ken agreeing to his best friend's final request, and we'll follow the beautiful scene with Ken walking in the snow through the enemy's camp, only to see how many men they have lost as well. And during this whole scene, the only thing you hear is a beautifully soft version of the opening, conveying the meaning of what this whole scene is trying to portray, which is that there are no winners in war. Each side has casualties, and each side will lose family members. That is inevitable. And as soon as you come to terms with that, you realize that both sides are fighting for the same thing, which is a place to call home and to keep their families safe. And that is what Ken realized in this moment. That is why to me this song is so powerful. Regardless of your feelings on this series as a whole, I think we can all agree that this song was one of the most emotional scenes in all of Tokyo Ghoul. Number 8, Man of the World from Naruto Shippuden, Itachi's Death. There are so many emotional scenes in Naruto Shippuden, which is why I picked Man of the World, because it exemplified the most emotional scene to me in Naruto, which is Itachi's death. Itachi was an amazing character. He risked everything for his little brother and for his village. He killed his whole clan to stop a coup d'etat to keep Sasuke safe. He detached Orochimaru from Sasuke to keep him safe. He died at the hands of Sasuke not only to teach him on how to use them in Goku Sharingan, but also to restore the honor of the Uchiha clan. He was always working from the shadow to keep Sasuke safe, so when he knew his time was short because of his illness, he used his remaining time to help Sasuke like he always has done. And this song exemplifies all that to me. That is why I love this song, not only because of all the emotions this song makes me feel, but also because it reminds me of all the things that Itachi did to keep his little brother safe. Number 7, Mother C from One Piece, Ace's Death. Now again, there are so many emotional scenes in One Piece, but without a doubt, the two most emotional scenes are when they burn their going Merry and Ace's death. Because Ace's death comes when you least expect it. Luffy finally gets his brother back, they're finally heading back to the ship. Then, right when Luffy bent down for just a second, Ace gets killed protecting his brother. And we knew they were going to burn their going Merry, but that doesn't make it any easier to say goodbye to it. And during each of these scenes, they play Mother C, to remind you that ends are inevitable, and doesn't make it any easier if you know it's coming or if you don't. Because the saddest part of an ending is that it's the end, and there's nothing you can do to change that. That is why Mother C is such an emotional song, because it reminds you of this fact, and that is why I feel it should be on this list. Number 6, Tragedy and Fate by Yuki Kadra from Fate Zero, Kiritsugu rejecting the Grail. Kiritsugu's life had one of the saddest endings in anime, with Kiritsugu finally achieving his goal of getting the Holy Grail after sacrificing his wife, only to find out that the Grail has been corrupted. So the only way he can achieve his dream of saving humanity is by killing everyone other than him and his family. Then instead of accepting the Grail's deal, he rejected it by killing his fake daughter and wife to return to reality and stop the Grail from killing everyone. To him, the 6 billion people on the earth are worth more than his daughter and his wife. So he gives up on his dream and tries to destroy the Grail by using Saber's noble phantasm, saving the world but still causing a huge fire that killed many people. But with the war over, Kiritsugu tries to go back home to see the one thing he had left in the world, which is his daughter, only to be disowned and banished by the Iceberg family for not delivering the Grail to them, never being able to see his daughter again. With nothing left, he goes back to Japan and adopts the kid he saved in the fire, living the rest of his life with him. Kiritsugu's life was filled with tragedy and fate, which is why that is the name of this song. Because this song represents all the hardships and disappointment Kiryu faced in his life. And by listening to this song, you are reminded on how hard he fought to save humanity. That is why this song is such a powerful thing to listen to. Number 5, Ichiban no Takara Mano from Angel Beats. I Love You. There are so many sad moments in Angel Beats, from Hideki still marrying Yuri even though she is paralyzed, to Oshinachi's proclamation of love to Angel, even though he knows it will put her soul at peace. But he does it anyways, with Angel closing her eyes and says thank you before fading away. And in both these scenes, they use this song. To illustrate the bittersweet heartbreak this song makes you feel, with all the characters in the show having moments to pass on. And even though you're happy for them, you're still sad because you're losing a friend. That is the feeling this song captures. And every time I hear this song, I still start tearing up, because it reminds me of all the beautiful moments this show had. Number 4, Trisha's Lullaby from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Ed and Al are home. I don't know if you know this, but there's a lot of emotional scenes in Fullmetal Alchemist.
Edward. That person, Edward. Big brother Ed.
Daddy said he has a bunch of work he needs to do. No! Stop it! Stop putting dirt on him! Daddy!
I know, right? Shocker. Now, yes, there are a lot of emotional scenes in Fullmetal Alchemist that did make me cry when I first watched them. But in most cases, I can rewatch them today and not cry because I know what's gonna happen. However, there is still one scene in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood that gets me every time I watch it, no matter how many times I see it. And that is the scene when Ed and Al finally go back home in one piece. There is just something about this scene that makes me tear up every time. Is it the fact that these boys finally get the happy ending they deserve? Or is it Winry walking slowly toward the door, only to break down in tears when she sees the boys return to their original bodies? I'll say yes to both, but the true key element to this whole scene is the music. I mean, just listen to that choir. Like, it makes me tear up every time I hear it. This was the ultimate moment we've been waiting for. Al has his body back, the boys are finally home, and Winry welcomes them back with tears and open arms. All of this, plus that amazing music, gets me every time I see this scene. And that is why this scene is so great. Number 3, Tabadachi no Yuta by Class 3E from A Saturday in the Classroom, Kuro Sensei's death. We all knew this was coming. Starting from episode 1, we all knew it would come to this, but that doesn't make it any easier. After spending so much time with Kuro Sensei and watching him grow as a person alongside his students really was a beautiful thing. During this episode, I kept on watching it and thinking, oh, something will happen, they'll find a way to save Kuro Sensei. But no, they didn't, they actually killed him. Once his body started breaking apart and they started playing this heartbreaking song in the background, that's when the waterworks started for me. Everything about this scene was fantastic. From watching how hard it was for Nagisa to finally kill Kuro Sensei, to watching all his students cry as their beloved teacher faded away. This was a very bittersweet ending to say the least. But it gave us hope as well. Kuro Sensei's experience didn't go to waste because he raised a group of intelligent individuals with bright futures, who are ready to carry on his legacy. Number 2, Flea's Eye by Uri from Iron Blood Orphans, IBO finale. Let's get something out of the way right now. This show was fucking incredible to watch, with so many unbelievably emotional moments that it's hard to count them all, from Lapsla's death, to Oruka's death, to Mikazuki's entire sad life, and in all these heartbreaking moments they played this song, which on its own is already a sad song to begin with, but pairing it with all the emotion and heartbreak in IBO puts it over the top, making me cry every time I hear just the first few notes of this song, making it impossible for me to listen to this song without crying through most of it. And in the end, this show had a very bittersweet conclusion, because we knew as soon as they picked a fight with Russell, it could only have ended in two ways. And unfortunately, we knew from the track record of this show that it wasn't going to be a simple happy ending. And that's what they gave us, with the majority of our main characters dying in the last few episodes, ending with most of Takada escaping to live normal lives, but at the cost of the main characters. And to be honest, ultimately that is what they wanted during this whole series, and this was the only way out for them to live the happy and peaceful lives they've always wanted. But before I get to my number 1, here are some honorable mentions.
最後までよく頑張ったな。
これを読んでいる頃には私はもう眠りについている頃かな。私ね、ターミナルサービスは
No, don't die! I order you not to die!
So is that okay then, Lulu? And as I'm reborn, I'll fall in love with you over and over. I'll keep falling in love with...
Number 1, Chopin number 1 in G minor, OP 23, from Your Lie in April. The final song with Kairi. Okay guys, let's be honest here and get 2 things out of the way. First, you know if you have watched this show that it would be on this list. And secondly, if you haven't watched this show yet, please, for the love of God, stop watching this video right now and go watch it because it's a fucking brilliant show, okay? Now anyways, I don't know about you, but this show fucked me up hard. Like, it's hard to even put into words how amazing this show really is. But let's try. Because guys, honestly, I thought I could keep it together. But this song was absolutely breathtaking. Every second of this song made me cry harder and harder like I haven't cried before. Like, I haven't cried this hard over anything else ever, whether it be a TV show, a movie, or a video game in my whole life. Not to mention the videos were stunning, the dialogue was on point, and the score was brilliant. And don't even get me started on that letter at the end that completely put me over the edge. I'll be honest, this show has some flaws, but that ending completely destroyed me. Now, not just this song, but if almost any song from this show starts playing, I'll start tearing up uncontrollably. Even though it has been 2 years since this show has ended, even now, just talking about it is hard to keep it together. Your Lie in April will never leave my heart. I will never forget it. It reached me, and I will never hit reset. Thank you, Your Lie in April, for being such a beautiful and fantastic show. And don't worry, Kairi, you will never be forgotten. Goodbye. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like if you liked it, and tell me your thoughts on my top 10 down below in the comment section. Also, if you want to check out more of my videos, you can notice the video right there on the left, and subscribe to my channel for new videos every other Sunday. But anyways guys, my name is Chris from Maniosophy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, and peace!